what I would suggest people do, what I would do for Ireland vacation, is I would definitely stay at B&Bs, no question about it, rather than, first place, B&Bs are quite reasonable, you know, bed and breakfast places.
Yeah.
Plus you get to meet the people, and the people are very friendly and very interesting and, you know, love to talk and get to know you. So the B&B is a much better way to see Ireland, because you get to see the people versus staying in a hotel. I did know before I went, you know, from Grandpa and Dad that, you know, because he went before me, and was that they were very friendly. No matter when you stopped at somebody's house, they always would at least have tea and like a little cookie.
Oh.
You know, in fact, I can remember a couple of the places, you know, they went up like on the top of their cupboard and they would have a tin, and they would be just kind of like sugar cookies, you know, ones you could buy at the store. Not me.
Special company cookies, right? So when people visited, they had something for them.
What were some of the major things that you saw in Canada? Like, what were your top 5 things that you did or saw?
The best things, or the things that, like, were the most of? There were a lot of pelicans, and that was awesome. And then, the cliffs, like, there were, like, really big landforms in, like, just the big water, which was awesome.
What do you think is the importance of traveling to new countries and places?
I think that it's great time away from all the stress that you have here, but I guess in educational wise, you just kind of learn about different areas, and learning about other people and places helps you become less self-centered.
What were the top 5 things that you saw in France that you would recommend other people to see?
Well, I mean, I think people typically do the really touristy thing. I think, though, that it's important to take some time to do the more everyday things, like to just stroll through, like maybe the Luxembourg Gardens, or to sit in a cafe and sort of watch people, you know, because it's such a big part of French life. You know, make sure to do a little bit of shopping, things like that. And then obviously it's hugely important to try and speak the language, because especially in France, and I know that France gets a bum rap about being rude to Americans and things, and they're really not. But I think the whole idea that you're in another person's country and you assume that they should speak English doesn't go over very well in France. So if you at least try with the, you know, hellos and goodbyes and please and thank you, even if you don't speak French, just those polite things will get you pretty far. And then they do, most people do speak some English, but they appreciate you trying to speak French. Also, you know, it's just the fact that it's a different culture, and don't expect things to be like they are in America. I think that gets people in trouble too. Like, you know, they eat at different times. They, you know, they put value on things that are, you know, sort of different from us. They're not. It's not so hustle and bustle the way it is here. So just, and it's not just France, but I think just traveling in general. Your best bet is to try to, you know, enjoy the culture the way they live it, not to try and impose your American ideals on what they're doing, you know.
And what do you think is the importance of traveling?
I think it's very important. I think it's really educational for kids to see the world. The world is so different. It's just fun. It's fun to go to different places and meet different people and things, different countries, different places hold dear to them. It's just fun to experience those things. Like Hawaii, it's fun to experience the Hawaiian culture, the hula dancing, and how here we have so many soccer moms that they're in soccer and basketball, but they're how they push their kids into the hula dancing and stuff like that. It's neat. It's just neat to see how people live. I think out of respect to a country that you don't come in being I am the American. I think the reason you go travel there is to be part of their culture, to experience, not to come in and still want to do it your way.
Okay. And do you have any advice that you'd give to people when they're traveling?
Enjoy yourself. Just look for things there is to do. Relax. You know, what would you say?
Well, you said it before, don't be an ugly American.
Yeah, don't be an ugly American. I guess that's a big thing. Anywhere you go, even when you go over to like Hawaii, Mexico, you know, you represent your country, and you can be either the ugly American or you can be the kind American.
All right.